Hello, let's solve some puzzles today. It's very important to solve chess puzzles in case of your progress. To progress, to learn tactical patterns, to be able to calculate variations and so on, you definitely need to solve chess puzzles. It's better to solve them every day. And let's try to solve some chess puzzles just to see the tactical patterns and to discuss them. So let's start with the first position. It's pretty easy. So now we have the queen and the rook on the open file, and the king is in a very bad situation, and we can just go queen b8 with the checkmate. So let's go up to the next one. The pretty same situation. We always need to see the links between the pieces. So now we can see that the queen and the bishop are working together on the diagonal, and this diagonal is dangerously looks to the black's king, who is more or less without the care. So now we can take on f7, and that's also winning because on king d7 that would be queen e6 mate. Okay, that's like some easy ones. And let's see what's going on here. So our pawn is going this direction, and we need to assess the endgame. Endgame is also endgame techniques is very important. So what can we do here? The white pawn is going there. The knight and the king are pretty active, but we have a passing pawn. The passing pawn is basically a nice point of the advantage. So as I see in this position, we want to improve our passing pawn and just do this. So we firstly need to calculate his sacrificing. Basically, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I'm describing the rules of calculation. That firstly we need to see checks, then takes, and then some logical attacks. You can see this video and learn this practice, and today we will also count on that. So let's calculate. Rook takes e3, king takes e3. I'm sorry, d6. Here king goes there, here takes, here, here. This position should be winning for us, basically, this endgame. So we can move it up. We will see. And an interesting point about this endgame, that one is really winning. Why? Because like after f7, I will do a checks, and with the checks I will come closer, and in the same moment when the pawn would be on f7, the king would be on g8, I will do queen g6 check. That will force white to go to f8 back and block the way to the pawn. So that's one winning. Let's go next one. So here it's another position for us, and again we also need to see hanging pieces, right? How to use them and so on and so on. The weaknesses here and our rooks are good, the general analysis. So the position is quite close, but our bishop could do something. And what can we basically do? So I see the rooks that are on the one diagonal, the same color with the bishop, and that's why I suppose we can go bishop c3, and next move just take the rook. Okay. Let's go up, and I see, oh, yes, I see that he's not going to give us the next one. Yeah, finally, we can do this. Next puzzle, let's go. Bishop takes h3. So black wants to checkmate in one. Very important to always count your opponent ideas, what he definitely wants to do. And now let's see the tactical pattern again. We want to attack the king using the same pattern like in the first puzzle when we had the queen and the rook on the one line. And let's firstly do with the checks. Queen e7 check is not working. Knight takes e7. What's about the queen e8 check? Now we have the rook and the bishop who are looking there, while black has only one rook, and that is our right answer. So queen e8 takes and takes with the checkmate. So we are now ready for something new. Bishop goes d6. Okay. So that's what I'm always saying for my students, that never move the f pawn before your castle, because it unlocks the king from the way. A really nice idea. And that's why queen h5 here is works. And after g6, we have this typical tactics, knight takes g6. And we are able to take the rook, and we are going with the 10 in a row puzzles for the moment. Okay, let's keep it up. Rook takes e7 was the last move. So what we basically can do, the rook is protected with the bishop. The position is like with the extra pawn for us, right? So when I see the tactical pattern, it's always like some kind of a double attacks and forks could be blundered by the opponents in the game. And that's why we can see. Now I see that we can use somehow this king's position to attack him. And I'm starting to think like to take, because we are speaking about the takes as well. Takes and go queen c7 with a basically double attack for the king and for the bishop. Maybe we have something better, but let's try just that one. No, that's right. We can go up. to the next one. Oh, that is an amazing line checkmate here, I see. I hope that you also can do this pretty fast. So again, the king position is not that safe. Basically, our king's position is also. If the queen will go away, black wants to go rook e1 starting an attack. That's why we need to do something fast. And that's why we need to find a checkmate pattern. So it's basically the rook works nice on the g line and we can use it somehow. And that's why here queen takes h6 is works. And after rook takes h6, yeah, that's coming very good. So our rating in puzzles is growing up. Okay, what can we do here? It's basically also a checkmate as I see. So unfortunately the white king is not in a good position. He is cut off with our pieces on the third rank and g5, e5 squares. And that's why we just need to put a final pressure to him. So could I go knight e2? Yes, I can. And that's just going how we really wanted to do that. Okay, another one position and basically the same checkmate pattern that the king could be in a checkmate net in the very center. Now we see that a lot of squares were taking off him because of our powerful pieces. And if you will see closer, the king is honestly frozen. He can't move at all. And since this moment, we just need to check him, and that would be a final checkmate. And that's why bishop c7 is going very well in this situation. So let's go next one. Oh, also a very typical checkmate that you basically need to learn. Yeah, it's a lot of typical checkmates in chess that if you know, then you can easily recognize him. So in this position, we are playing without the two rooks. So it seems that as black, we need to make something really fast, other way we will be just outplayed. So that's why I want to go knight e2 firstly, to force the king to go to the h line, then check him. And then we can just take, because now our knight controls the g1, and that's a checkmate. Okay, we can go to the next one. Queen c7, the last move of black. Okay, so we see the pin here in this situation. What else can we see here? The knight in somewhere dangerous position, so probably we can think about some pins, right? Just trying to keep this position analyzed. Okay, so it's our tactical pattern as well. And that's how I think about this knight, how we could take him. If we will take on c7, he will take on c7, then the knight is safe. It's no longer a pin. That's why firstly I want to attack the knight with the queen. Then I want just to capture the queen, and after capture I will use this pin. And unfortunately he can't go rook e2 because of knight e2. And now after rook takes d2, on check I will go king g2 with the extra pieces, some extra pawn. We will just win very, very easy. Okay. Another interesting position with also kind of a typical checkmate. It's honestly no window for the black's king. That's I'm also always saying, make the window to the king during the game. Other way you could be checkmated. So in that position, I can go queen e8 using this idea. And now if I will do queen e6, the king can just go away and that's it. And basically our king is also in danger and black has an extra rook. But hopefully we have a d7 using the pin on the rook that the rook can't capture the pawn. And we can go just queen takes d8 with a nice checkmate. Okay, let's go for something else. Next one. And again I see the like he wants us to train this puzzle that the king in the very center could be under the checkmate knight. Again, the white's king also only can go to the c5 square. That's why we can do something with the checkmate. And we are fighting queen b6 because the c5 square is not under white's king, and we are taking the king as well. So, okay, let's go up. And now also we need to use the weaknesses. It's also very important checkmate pattern. So here the king is in a bad position, and yeah, he has the window, but unfortunately all the squares are weak, and we can just go bishop h3 with a checkmate because our rook controls the e line and our knight controls everything else. Okay, so let's go it up. And now we're still playing black. So again, I see these ideas with the f-pawn moving. Never do it before the castle, really. And somehow we can use it immediately, right? Queen g3, king f1, and the same idea with the checkmate bishop h3. Let's go up to the next one. Bishop goes d3. Okay, interesting one. And this like pins and everything like that, it's very useful tactics that we definitely need to use. That's why you will see what I'm doing. I'm doing rook b2 check firstly, and now as the king with the bishop are on the same rank, I can pin up, and now I'm just winning the bishop. And this position is definitely winning for black with the extra bishop. Okay, so very interesting checkmate ideas. Oh, pawn endgames. It's like a basement. Basement that is pretty tough all the way. We need also always to count pawn races. Let's go. F5. Here, 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 here. We are first, but we are just not... we are doing this with the check, and that's why it's winning. Okay, F5. Here F4 takes. Yeah, he's going away because from the promotion square we can check him up. Yeah, and now our pawn is good doing harder. A7 here, and queen f8, queen a8. We will block this pawn, take it up, and win the game finally. Okay, h6 again. F pawn moving. F pawn moving, a big danger. Queen h5 check. G6 takes, and next move queen f7 checkmate. Okay, so let's go up. Let's go up. I also see a checkmate in 2 here. And again, the bad king position. And what we definitely need to know all the time is to how our pieces can work together. And here the bishop and the rook definitely can do this. Rook h7. The rook was protected. And finally rook h5 with the checkmate. The beautiful work of the pieces together. Let's go up. I even have no words about this f pawn moving. Again queen h5. Here again we can take, and again we can take the rook with the material advantage in winning position. Okay, I hope you learned this tactical pattern today. Okay, so what can we do? I see something like rook a7 checks firstly, king b1, and then king is overloaded because he needs to protect the rook and he needs to protect the bishop. Let's see it closer. Rook a7. Okay, drop the queen. Yeah, the idea is after king b1, I can go rook takes a1. And on king takes a1, queen takes e1, and queen b2 with a mate. So, not the hardest one, but still, let's go up. Okay, the bishop is blocked with the pawn, so it's no one protects the f2 square. Am I right? I think I'm right, and I can take, and just take only one. Okay, that was easy. So, check. We are under check. We can't go king h3 because it would be rook h2 mate. So we need to go king f4, right? The only one move for us. The rook is free, right? And next move rook h6 mate. Okay, we're almostly 1500. Okay, king c6. So we can move up our pawn, right? Again, this passing pawn story. We just need to go up to the square, right? Right? Okay, should e2 takes e1. Okay, e2 is possible. Takes with the queen. Yeah, that's winning. On b7, I can just start to check the king and win this position easily. Okay. Oh, here we need to see this diagonals and so on ideas. My knight is looking to c7 and my queen is looking to c7. So both of them are working to the one square that is near to the king. At the same time, we have the knight on the way for the queen, and that's why I'm starting to think how I can drop him. And the first line is to forcefully do this with knight c6 because it was a fork. So takes on c7, and on king e8 I just can go queen a7 with the checkmate. So that goes very easy. Okay, let's go to the next one. Knight goes f3 in this position. So if I will take the rook, he will take with the check. What else can I do? My pawn would be very dangerous, so maybe this line goes well for me. Well, let's try it. Rook takes h2. Then king g2 to attack the knight. Our pawn is hanging, so we need to go it up. Now I can just block the passer. So now I just can like e7, knight takes e7, so I need to take. And with two pawns, especially because the bishop controls the promotion square, I will definitely win by using my king. Okay, let's go up to the next one. It's again a line mate, right? Again, we see this pattern that the g line is blocked with the rook, so we can just go queen h4 with the checkmate. Okay, next one. Oh, is the link between the queen and the knight. and how we can do the checkmate basically in that situation. So what I'm thinking here is to just move up the pawn to unlock the king. Then I want to check because the h line now is unlocked, and then I can do the checkmate with queen h8. Okay, good job, good job. Let's go till to the 1500. Okay, now it's going to some pawn and game. I think that, like, and here is like a Peter's Lecker rule that if the move is forced, you just need to do this without thinking. So he wants to take our rook, and the only one move is to take the rook. We don't need to waste time for thinking, and now we can calculate better because we have this position on the board, not on in our mind. So our main power is the passer. So I don't care, I will move my passer. Okay, so a3 takes a2, f7, a1, f8, and then I have a beautiful idea for you. Let's try it out. And now what I'm calling is a hanging pieces. After f8 queen, I can do queen a3 check, and I will just take this on the under attack and win the queen back. So amazing puzzle. Let's go. We need 50 points more. Okay, so I see some checkmate ideas. The king is too weak, too weak. And I see that I have a black squared bishop, while the black squares are very, very weak or near to the king. I'm starting with the check. So rook is 7, king is 7, check on g5. Is it works? King goes e8. And can I just go queen d6 with queen e7 mate? Check, king e2. Bishop f3. So king d2 I can go. Okay, that's one is for sure harder than it was. But I'm more or less sure we need to take. Now we definitely need to check. Oh, he's going that direction. Okay, I was surprised. I thought that he will go there. So queen goes d6, king goes g7, right? That's also possible. Bishop f6, king h6. How we can checkmate it? g5, king h5, right? Okay, we should try this. Anyway, yeah, and he just stopped here. That's a strange moment because basically after king g7, white still need to prove how they will continue. Okay, at least I can take on c6, and that would be a very big advantage for white, but do we have something stronger as a checkmate? Strange moment. Okay, let's go to the next one. Bishop takes b5. Okay, can I do just again a line checkmate? So I think I can take, and on that I can do the checkmate. Okay, that's very easy, even I don't want to stop on that. Queen goes f2. Again, the king is in a danger, right? So let's start with the checks. Check here. Check here, mate, right? Am I right? Is it so really easy? Yeah, it was so easy. 6 points more, and we are reaching our goal. Again, what's like bad in the games of the beginners that they don't see the long moves, and here the long move is coming to win. So queen goes e4. That is the long move to the long diagonal to attack the king, and in this position we are just going with a checkmate. Finally, we got this 1500. It's good. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of our format on the channel. Write your reaction below in the comments, and we will try to make more such videos for you. See you on the new videos. Bye bye.